Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. And
This episode we're gonna start with talking about truth. We'll see how deep we go, where it takes us. But there's a
Yeah.
lot to discuss about truth, and often you think you're being truthful and you're not. So just an encouragement to just step back and ask yourself, where am I actually not being truthful? Where I think I'm being truthful, because we sometimes think something is the truth and it's not the truth.
And we're not actually talking about like I'm telling you the truth about someone else.
Yeah.
No. It's about like our actual inner, what's happening inside of us and what's happening in our hearts, and like being truthful of, actually, I thought I was doing this, but actually I realized, or God showed me that I'm actually not doing it that way.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, and because ultimately the truth sets you free. And why? Because the truth is God, and God is the truth. He's also the way and the life.
Live by faith and not by sight.
Amen. But yeah, the truth is a very important thing, and I think it's something that because it's not even that, it's like it's the whole day. Every day I feel like there's a fight between believing the truth and the lies that the devil feeds you. And it's like waking up and consciously choosing to be like,
To believe,
I'm going to look for the truth. I'm not going to just believe the first bad thought that comes into my head. I'm not pretty enough, or I can't do that, I'm not qualified enough for that, or to be like, actually, like, why is it so easy to believe the lie before believing the truth? Like, the lies are what gets you in trouble. Like, you never, you might get in trouble from telling the truth, but there'll be good consequences. You might get a little bit less in trouble, but like, the lies are always the ones that get you in trouble. So why are we quicker to believe the lies than we are to believe the truth? When I wake up and I'm like, I have this thought of, I'm not pretty enough. And then God's like, no, I made you like that for exactly the way you are. Like, in my eyes, you're beautiful. And it's like, why is it be like, I don't believe you. Why is that? I'm not like, answer it, Sam. But I'm just saying, like,
it is.
Why do we do that? Like,
it's a natural, like, it's a human instinct. And it's
especially when we know that God is the truth, and we know that any negative thing like said against us, or like thought of us, is a lie. Not every negative, because it'll be, you know what I mean. But it's like God's the truth. Why is it not easier to believe the truth? Because okay, can I answer my own question?
Yes.
It's because we're scared of the truth. That's what it is. It's because our fear and our root fear of everything is the truth. As well. And I think being truthful and living in truth is vulnerable. And I think we're all scared of being vulnerable. Therefore, we're scared of the truth. And that, yes, the truth might hurt, but the truth's also going to be the only thing that's going to set you free. Because even if it hurts, even if the truth hurts, when you first hear it, it's going to hurt. But then you're going to work on it with the Lord, and you're going to work on it, and it's going to become the thing that literally broke the chains to let you go. But if you're still believing the lie, it's gonna not sustain you for long periods of time, because it's gonna keep coming up. It's gonna keep you think you've gotten away with it, you think you're living life, it's not gonna harm me, it's not gonna affect me, and then suddenly when you have everything or whatever it may be, and then it's gonna hit you and you're gonna lose everything because of that. And if you're just being truthful to yourself and to God and to others in the first place, which I know I'm saying this is harder. It's harder easier said than done. Yeah, it's harder done than said. You said it the other way around. That one.
And it's like, it just reminded me of like an instant where sometimes you think something is the truth, but
sorry, I was having separation anxiety with my bottle. But we found it.
It's like, you can think something's the truth, but you must also like just question, is this the truth? Like, does this link to what God says, what his word says, what he would say to me? And it actually reminds me, so I actually failed my driver's license twice. I passed on the third time.
I was about to say something.
But afterwards it made me realize, and the reason I passed the third time was because I looked to God. And the whole thing was, right before my first test, I believed I was going to fail. I had a dream, and when I was reading my Bible, and I was asking God to show me, like, am I going to pass, like, all these different signs, I kept getting the number 2 or 3. And I was like, no, I'm gonna fail. Like, I've had a dream, God has given me a dream, I'm gonna fail. And maybe he was telling me that, but the reason wasn't the truth. I was like, okay, he wants me to fail, he wants me to learn something from this, this is his plan for me to fail, because I can't do it the first one, I can't do it the second one. And it got to this, after failing the first time, I then went and I tried for the second time, and again, and I was praying, and I was like, can I get like a number? Like, can I please know when I'm going to pass? And I wasn't looking for the truth. I wasn't looking for why I wasn't passing, because I had no confidence in myself. I chose to believe that because I had a dream that I was going to fail. And it's, maybe God, he still talked to me, he still showed me the numbers, but the reason I failed, I wasn't looking at that. That's the actual truth. It's not about why it wasn't about why I failed for me. And the truth was, I should have looked there, because if I had never realized the truth that it was actually something in me that was making me fail, it wasn't nothing I was doing. I was like, no, this is just God's plan. Like, but if you actually look for the truth, like, it's hard. And it hit me, and I was like, I had no faith in myself. I kept telling myself I didn't have the confidence. I didn't believe. And once you start to see the truth, because God wants you to be courageous, he wants you to be confident, he wants you to be all these things. And once you start believing that, and you actually look to the reason why something's happening, like, you almost, it's a human nature to almost avert the thing. So it's like, okay, he wants this to happen. No, what is the truth behind it? And you won't always see it at first.
Which is also the enemy's voice, though, because he sees the vulnerability of the truth.
He can give me
so
dreams.
He'll suddenly start, and even the fact that you doubted yourself, which was the root of the whole not believing the truth and believing the lies over the truth, in terms of like doubting yourself. And it's like also like I feel like God, it's not just being truthful to each other, but it's being truthful to God. Even though God knows what's happening inside you, he knows it, but he wants you to choose the truth and to actually be truthful. And I feel like what you said, like, it's human nature to like, it's so often like divert. Yo, wow.
English,
divert to something. So it's like, oh, it's not my fault. Oh no, it's not me. It's you almost look for something to blame. That's what it is. You look for something to blame. And it's like, oh no, it's not me. And it's like, one of the things when someone hurts me, like in a friendship, if someone hurts me, which I'm kind of growing out of, and God's tested me through it and stuff, is back in the day, I would get so angry that I would like want to hurt you, like not necessarily physically, but like I would just want to say something that would absolutely literally destroy you, which is obviously not God. And not the right thing to do at all. And God calls us to forgive, and he'll fight for us, not us. But it's like that thing of like, it's like, oh, and it might have been that caused it. I might have done the initial thing, but then they've just said something out, and I'm like, oh no, don't blame me for this, like, and then I'll just try and look to hurt someone else, because it's easier than looking in the mirror and being like, oh wow, it actually was me, and admitting that it was me, or like, seeing the truth. So, which is quite like, it's a funny one, because it's like, oh, the truth is a very important thing, and I feel like sometimes it's neglected.
It's like, okay, it's truth, but it is actually, there's so much weight behind it. And it hurts. The truth can hurt.
It can hurt. It can also
and it takes someone strong. Like, it takes someone strong to call someone out. It takes someone stronger to realize that they're telling the truth. Like, you might not want to accept it. But
because seeing the truth and accepting it, I think we often see the truth and then we hide the truth. But accepting the truth within yourself is the act of actually setting you free through the through the truth. But I think it's such a it's just such a thing but to just always look for the truth as well, and like to realize that God's not going to tell you that you're going to fail. You're going to fail, like,
exactly,
and not like he's not going to tell you that, like, so try and learn to identify, okay, God would never tell me I'm not good enough. God would never tell me I'm going to fail. He would never put me in harm, tell me that I'm going to be in harm, he'll so it's like, oh, okay, in my mind that's not from God.
Yeah,
cool.
You have to realize
I rebuke that and I replace that with the truth. Lord, show me the truth. Show me what to believe. Like, but just doing that act of
actually
looking for the truth,
realizing what is the truth and what is not.
Because
often you think it's the truth. That's not the truth. And that's what I said earlier. Like, if you think it's the truth, ask yourself, does this go back to what God would do? Is this something God would tell me? Is this something that God would say to someone to do? Like, does this go back to his word? Because he is the truth. So he literally is. Like, literally.
He says it. It's the way, the truth, and the life. But it is a truth is a scary thing. It is a scary thing, and it's not supposed to be a scary thing. But I think with the world we've lived in, being humans and stuff, it is a scary thing. But it is such a vital thing to knowing God and to actually receiving God as well, not just knowing God. But being open to seeing the truth and not. Because even when you ask God, you're like, oh, God, show me something, or what do you want me to know? He might be saying, like, oh, you are acting too selfish in this season, or something like that. Like, that was just an example. But it's like, you might be like, hear it, and you're like, oh, no,
that's not it.
That wasn't me. That's not me. I'm not, I'm there. Yeah. But then, and God's like, no, you've asked me for the truth. I've shown you the truth, and now you're choosing not to. You're ignoring the truth. You're ignoring my voice because it's not what you want to hear. But I think that's because sometimes, as like I said, human, it's a
we divert.
It's a normal thing that shouldn't be normal, but it is a normal thing. As humans, and that we need to be able to try and identify that and open it, and try and change that and try and because ultimately it'll change the outcome of everything. But just search for the truth, like even like the things that you wake up to and God tells you that you hear in your head, because I know you fight battles every day in your mind that no one knows about, only you and God know about, or not even necessarily in your mind, but just when you're alone. And it's like, just search for the truth, and even just pray like, Lord, show me the truth. Lord, I'm struggling to see the truth right now. I'm struggling, and even if it's against me, even if the truth is against me and not for me, please reveal it to me, Lord. Please reveal it to me, because that's a very powerful thing to pray for, and God will. He will, in His time,
He'll give it to you.
He'll show you, and and again, like we said, it's just like, it will set you free, knowing the truth and choosing to be like, as soon just I know this, and I'm so passionate about it because I've been in this. God's been teaching me this, of like, every time I start going into these dark holes of feeling bad about myself, or whatever it may be, I stop for a second. I'm like, wait, this is not like I want to choose to be joyful because I'm looking at the Lord, not because of what's happening around me. So it's like, and that act of choosing, of being like, I rebuke those thoughts, and I command them out, because they're not from the Lord,
not from God,
and I replace them with the truth, and I replace them with life and the way, which is a funny little thing anyway. But it's so true, because it's like, and when I say 100% turnaround, from being in this dark, feeling sorry for myself, I just want to stay in my bedroom all day and whatever, to actually, you don't have authority over me. These lies don't have authority over me, because I think for so long that we let lies have authority over us, when they have no authority. The devil has no authority over you because of Jesus Christ, because God sent, I'm in it here, because God sent His only Son to die for our sins. That act of love, of unconditional love that He did, was for these things. So why choose the lies?
Exactly.
Especially when especially and I feel like it's so easy to catch ourselves doing it, even when we know the Lord. And it's like, what? Why am I believing something that I know is a lie? Because I'm scared of believing in it, someone rejecting me, or someone saying otherwise, when it's like, your approval comes from God, not from each other, and not from yourself, from God, and God only. Well, God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit.
And I think often people, they don't want to believe the truth because they're scared of failure. Because if you believe, I can do it, and you don't do it for whatever reason, then you're like, okay, well, then why did I believe I could do it? That's a lie. But it's not a lie. You can do it. Maybe you're not supposed to do it right then.
And you'd be like, I'm not capable.
Yes, you start believing the lies, but it's because you're doubting the truth then. So
and I feel like in those scenarios, it's like, being called to follow God is not easy.
No.
quit after one obstacle. Oh, God told me this, but like, like he's given me this prophecy of this, of doing this. But then when I went into that, it just blew up in my face, and it's like, God, he lied to me. It was a lie.
Yeah.
I didn't hear him right. So you start doubting, and it's like, maybe it's because that, first of all, that experience is preparing you for stepping into what he's called you to do, and stepping into that prophecy or whatever that you saw or heard. But it's like, and like you said, it might not be that one. It might be at a different place or a different. But don't give up at don't give it up. Don't give up at the first obstacle. So like, but just the truth, and it's such a even the way I feel about truth in my heart recently is like, I can't even describe it in words. I can't even
it's like it's a feeling. It's
like you can feel it, and it's just, and we want you to feel it. We want you to know it, not just feel it, but know it. But like, it's hard to describe.
It is hard to describe.
But it definitely does set you free. And even if it is against you, even if it's so, like, something for me happened. I said I wasn't sure if I was going to share the story, but is that I was like, this one friend of mine, not friend of mine, sorry, that's the wrong thought. This one thing happened, and I was like, but that thing's not, it's not coming to me, it's not visible to me, like I can't see it, and I'm like what's called, and then I was like, but why, like, why is that thing not happening? I was like, Lord, like, why, like, and then it's happening with other things around me, different things is so normal, and it's so, like, relaxed and calm, and it's like, but it's not happening with this thing. And I felt God was like, he just reminded me that, like, oh wait, to like stop and actually look back. And I realized that I was the reason it's not, I'm part of the reason, not the whole reason, but I'm part of the reason that things not happening. Like, I'm part of the reason that because I'm not open to it, and because it made me realize that what I'm scared of, and being that vulnerable, and it also made me realize that you can desire something very strongly, but when it actually comes to it, it's going to take a lot more than someone just for it to happen. Like, it's going to be a healing process in itself, because it's like it made me realize how terrified I still want to do it. And I feel like with the right thing, it will happen. But it's like, I'm actually realized, like, I'm terrified of being that vulnerable and being like, to step into that. Like, yet I'm like, oh Lord, like, I just want to do this. I want to do this. And God's like, okay, cool. Like, I want you to have that. Now I'll give you an opportunity to do that, but you're not doing that first act of obedience for me to do it. And even though that scares you, it's like taking a leap of faith or jumping off a cliff. And it's like I again was watching this guy named Jamie Winship, and he was saying how he felt God say to him that God was like, I'm going to push you off a cliff. And he was like,
please don't.
What? Yeah, please don't. And then he went to his wife, and he's like, this is like so strange, but like, I felt like God's telling me that he's going to push me off a cliff. And she was like, I've been praying for him to do that for so long. And it wasn't, we're not talking about like a physical cliff of killing him, but it was like almost pushing him, like taking a jump into the unknown and putting him in a place it's gonna grow his character. But you have to just actually just jump, and you not know where you're gonna go, and it's terrifying as heck. But you got to do it, and if you don't do that, then what happens before? I mean, what happens after the thing that you've been praying for? God's like, okay, cool, I'll give it to you. It's right behind that door. Just go through that door. Just jump into that valley. Jump into that dam. I know you don't know what's down there, but trust me, like, it's safe. Like, the truth is that it's safe. I've got you. Go. Yet we still have that holdback of fear. And it's like, and again, then we take fear over
the
truth. Which
because
again is not
fear is from the devil. It's not from God. The only thing you should fear is God. 100%. Like, you shouldn't fear anything else. There's nothing else worth fearing. If you have God in your life, there's nothing else.
Literally, and
so it's a lie. It's a lie that the devil tells you. You have to be scared of this. You have to be afraid. No, you don't. You have the truth. You have the only thing that you have to be fearful of on your side. Literally. You don't have to be afraid of anything. So
literally, and like, he's got you. And that sometimes, if you weren't afraid to do something that God has called you to do, if you were like at like there wasn't a little part of you that like it's almost like, oh, maybe that's the wrong thing, maybe you shouldn't be, maybe God's not actually calling you to do that, because obviously the devil's going to want to fight back.
He's going to fight.
If God's sending you somewhere and the devil's like, I don't want that to happen, because he knows what
he knows what you're capable of, with God. Yeah.
So it's like, so it's actually in a way it's like, oh, thanks, like, oh, you feel scared,
oh, you devil's worried me.
Like, oh, me. Oh, okay. Thank you. I'm flattered. No, but genuinely, and even having that like mindset, like we joke, but it's like so true. It's like
literally, it's not going to be easy.
Yeah, and he has no authority.
If it is easy, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Because question it. Because are you doing the right thing then? Because then the devil clearly doesn't feel he has any need to attack you. Yeah. So.
And only you can let the devil in.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any authority over you unless God allows him to happen. Like just like Job, he didn't just go and like take everything away from Job. No, he went to God and God was like, okay, fine, go. You can do it, but just do not lay a hand on him. Like you can't kill him. So he let him, and it's like we're the only ones that allow God. Just like we accept God into our lives, you can accept the devil into your life, and. But accepting him in, you handing him, just like you're supposed to hand God the keys to your life, to hand him the wheel.
Yeah.
You can hand the wheel to Satan, and you just need to be careful of that because you don't want to obviously do that.
Yeah, and you can let him in so many ways.
What
you watch, what you listen to, there's so many little peepholes that he can climb through.
Yeah, people you talk to.
You don't even realize it, but you need to be aware because he does, and as soon as he's in, he can change those truths. And even if he changes them slightly, like it becomes a lie. No matter if half of it is the truth or 9/10 of it's the truth. If like 1/10 of it is a lie, it's a lie. Like the truth isn't partial.
Yeah.
It's either the truth or it's a lie.
Mm-hmm.
There's no in between.
100%. So, and again, it's just such a vast, like, so much.
There's so much.
Which is just so cool and actually just so exciting, and like who are we for God to gift that to us as humans, and like, and not just that, but give us a book that represents him, and and actually know him, and the fact that he wants to know us, and loves us is just,
it's incredible.
It's incredible. It's unimaginable, really.
Because we aren't deserving of it.
No,
there's nothing we could ever do to deserve it.
No one is perfect. But thank you. I hope you guys enjoyed.
And we shall see you in the next one.